What's wrong, Karen?
Well, to be honest, it's from head to toe, basically, with rheumatoid arthritis.
What she didn't say that's
just wanted to get here.
Yeah.
But it's mainly my feet, my ankles,
Right.
my metatarsal bones from flat feet also
Right.
crumbling.
Okay.
I struggle with being clenching like this and screwing things up.
Right.
At the moment, for 12 months, I wasn't able to hardly walk, but I've been put on steroids for nearly 2 weeks now from the doctor.
Right.
And that's just got me up and going. But
It's got you up and going, but the side effects of steroids
yeah.
you can fill a phone book with. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to know about steroids, read something by Deepak Chopra, who's Oprah Winfrey's guru. He was an oncologist, but when he looks at, he literally says you can put all your side effects of steroids into a phone book. So it's not really what you want is something that addresses the underlying thing.
Yeah.
Now you'll find I never use the word cure, and say I'll never cure anybody, because that's based on wrong, faulty thinking. All right. What I'm looking at is the underlying cause, which is an energy. Now, if there was a sharp knife sticking in her ankle and she was complaining of pain, we'd all look, see the sharp knife and say, oh look, we can see the cause. And what's happening with our conventional medicine is they can't see the cause. Why can't they see the cause? It's on an invisible level. It's a thought or a feeling. They can't see it, but it's still there. Physics tells us we're in a world of cause and effect. Yeah, this little device here can't just float here. It has to rest on a table. You can't just get a condition in your body without there's a cause. Yeah, there's always got to be a cause. And so my team find the cause, they address the cause, and people get remarkably better really fast. So show us what movement you've got in that ankle.
Yeah.
Show us your good ankle first. Well,
Sorry,
it's not brilliant, is it, the other one, but it's better than this one.
Yeah, they're both. I can't. That's about as far as I can go with that one.
Right,
in
okay.
That way.
It won't
Like
move.
that.
That one's got some movement.
Yeah.
All right, now let's just look at mine. Can you see the difference? So even a left one ain't good, is it?
No.
So let's set the challenge, surgeons, that we're going to get our ankles as good as mine. All right, might take me 10 minutes, but let's see what happens. But you actually want treatment for the whole system, don't you? Yeah, okay, cool. Right, let's set to work. So team of, for a long time it was 17 different guides that worked through me. Now it's a lot more. There's invariably more guides in this room than there are people. So all of you sat in the audience, you can make a request through your heart centre for whatever it is you want healing. Now as the sound goes through you, it makes the cells vibrate, and as the cells vibrate, they give up what they're holding on to. It can be toxins, it can be negative energy, it can be worries, it can be negative thoughts. Usually when I'm clicking, when my fingers click like this, it's not me. I'm not studying making my fingers click, it's the spirit surgeon that's in me. And it'll seem a bit weird at first, but let's just try that ankle again.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems to be something.
Something's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool. So notice I'm not actually working near the ankle. Maybe the problem's not in the ankle. Doctors don't think of this, they isolate. And even within medicine, you've got people that are lung specialists, people that are leg specialists, spine specialists. But this is a whole, this isn't a whole. And if we go back a few generations, if somebody was in our family, if the child was ill, the whole family would go to the witch doctor and say, we are sick. Yeah? And there's a big picture, which is about, what we're spraying on our foods, which is, killing earthworms and insects, and is poisoning us, and is making us sick. It's all part of a big picture, and as we address something on one level, we're going to address it on another. We're moving into a very exciting time in humanity's evolution. See, my logical brain would think I should be on the floor working down there, but they say no, it's all up here. Rheumatoid arthritis, what can I tell you from my past experience about arthritis? Arthritis, there's a level of perfectionism within the person. Rheumatoid arthritis, it's more about emotions. It's you having some emotions you don't want to have. All right, so a little story from my life. I was waiting for an answer phone to come on, and one of my guides came in and said, Would you rather achieve your full potential, be all that you can be, or would you rather just feel good feelings all of the time? What would you say? Would you rather be all that you can be this lifetime, or would you rather just feel good feelings? Which would you choose? Be all that you can be. Yeah? That's what I chose. Yeah? I then had 4 years from hell, didn't we, love? All right. Well, they explain that most people try and keep their feelings between okay and, amazing. But in doing so, we don't tap into our full potential. As a healer, I need to have the full range of feelings. Right, Karen, let's have a look at that ankle again.
I would say.
Well,
It feels like sort of like...
Yeah, I know what you say, but in this bit of the film, we're looking for what happens physically, and that's now moving a couple of inches.
Yeah.
So, go on, do it again.
I can go that way. But it's
Yes. Yeah, cool. Right, press it down. Go. And so as I'm working in Karen's auric field and into her head, so part of my awareness has dropped down into her head. What's happening now is in my right knee down, I've got a sharp pain which extends to about 8 inches. That's what they're working on. That's what they're releasing. Now, as I work with my awareness in her head, and it's not me deciding to put my awareness in her head, I hand over to the surgeons. The surgeons are aligned with the will of God. That's really, really important. I don't just work with anybody. I work only with those spirits that are aligned with the will of God. That means those spirits have a level of consciousness that they know that God exists, and they have surrendered their small will to the greater good. And so one of those surgeons has put his energy into Karen's head, and then they've given me back the word judgment. Okay, now in this lifetime, you have been conditioned from a very young age to judge people. Yeah, oh, that's not healthy, oh, that is healthy. That's beautiful, that's ugly. That's good for me, that's bad for me. You've been heavily, heavily, heavily conditioned to judge everything. And so most of us walk around with an internal dialogue that is constantly describing, oh, it's too warm in here, this chair's not comfortable. I wish they had Smirnoff ice at the bar. They don't have your particular drink that you have. Looking at nobody in particular. All right, and so we then don't experience life. We experience life seen through the filter of this story we tell ourselves in our head. Now, Karen, what's happening for you? What can you feel happening?
Just sort of like eased, the word sort of eased.
It's eased,
relaxed.
it's eased. Yeah, cool. Notice all the works on the head. So 1 minute on the head is worth 10 on the body. And very often 1 minute on the feet is worth 10 on the body. So what they're working with here is structure of frameworks and beliefs. So if you think about how you feel, most of your feelings are triggered by thoughts. If you think, I can do this, this is easy, you're going to feel great. If you think, oh no, I can't cope, I'm overwhelmed, I've got too much to do, you're not going to feel so good. And it's a very simple thing, but your feelings are chemicals. But most people don't think of their feelings as chemicals. But your feelings are chemicals. That's what they are. But you are not your feelings. You're capable of feeling feelings, same as you're capable of thinking. But you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings. You're a field of awareness that's capable of thought and capable of feeling. Right, let's try both feet together this time. That's it. And let's try the movement thing again.
Calm down a bit.
It's quite a bit better, isn't it? It's quite a bit better. We've still got a way to go, but that's better than we started. Yeah.
And no pain.
No pain. Now walk around for me.
It seems to be sort of like in the crease over there.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, walk right to that wall and then back again. Remember to breathe. All right, and then you can sit in the chair. Okay. So one of the things I love about the work I do is every healing is different. So in this healing, you've seen I took a bit of information from the past about what arthritis was, what rheumatoid arthritis is, and the surgeon's given me a teaching around judgment. And this is the thing. Imagine how your life would be if you judged everything in your life as good. If you could trust that anything that shows up, even the warmth in this room, is a good thing. If you see it all as good, you're going to feel a lot happier, aren't you? If you can imagine that everything that happens in your life is good, all that good will come out of it. A good friend of mine had an experience with, I won't go into what it is because it's not necessarily something I would do. He had an experience, a spiritual experience, and as a result of that, he was very, very excited because he suddenly realised that everything truly, truly does happen for our highest good. And he's a changed man because of that. Yeah? So imagine, Karen, if everything happened for your highest good. Yeah? Imagine if that ache and pain manifested just so you could come along tonight to get well, to realise that everything is for your highest good. God's on your side and everything's for your highest good. How does that feel? Yeah. Right. All right. So now have a walk around knowing that everything that happens is for your highest good. Go that way this time. It's a lot easier, eh? That foot looks to be walk. It's not a lump of concrete anymore, is it?
No.
Right, let's try that movement out again. We're going to do that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Now, as you walk, did you still get that little feeling in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So rest that down. We'll see what that is. Now, what is it with you and mushrooms? Do you not like mushrooms? Or do you love them?
I'm teaching my grandson how to say the word at the moment.
Oh, are you? Isn't that weird? Because I've got mushrooms in my
I did
face.
before I came tonight.
That shows just how close spirit are to you, isn't it, eh? Because I was like, what's the significance of mushrooms?
At least it wasn't magic. It was on the freezer door.
Unless, of course, Alexa's been listening to you. Right, okay. Right, so now they're getting into the nitty-gritty in here. So I just want everybody in the audience to think about, though, how would your life change if you started seeing everything in your life as good? If everything that was manifesting was for your highest good? And if it's not quite what you want, then it's just in a process of transition, because the good is going to come out of it for you. Once you start thinking that way, amazing things start to happen. So what they're doing now is they're just trying to extend mine. Rather than move Karen's foot, they're messing around with mine. There we go. Now at the moment he's giving me a figure of 75%. Would that fit your 75%? Has gone?
Round about, I would say.
Yeah, just walking it again.
I'm a bit sort of muddled because going from not being able to walk for 12 months basically,
Yeah.
then steroids, and I'm a bit mixed up
Yeah.
with what's happening anyway.
Yeah.
The pain across the top of the foot is
That's all
near
gone
enough.
now. Nearly gone.
Still, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Now you've just got to drink some water, but it's good I can see you've got a bottle of water there, so
Yeah.
make sure you drink that.
Yeah.
And it looks like you're fixed, my dear.
Yeah.
Give her a round of applause.